So why would we need to kill the grass here at the demonstration plot?
Well, anytime you want to relay the sod for new varieties, if you're redoing your lawn, what have you, it's the best way to get rid of it.
Okay.
That way it does not come back.
Okay, because that's the whole thing, right? We don't want it to come back.
No, you don't, because you don't want it to mix in with the Bermuda or the zoysia that you're putting down.
Okay. What did you use to actually kill the grass?
So we used a glyphosate
Okay.
mixed with a little bit of surfactant.
All right.
Surfactant helps it stick a little bit better and get on the leaves.
Okay. How many applications did you have to use to actually kill out the grass?
So we did 2 applications,
Okay.
about 2 weeks apart, and that way we get everything.
Okay.
You know, because you're not going to quite get everything the first time,
Sure.
so you come back about 2 weeks later and spray it again.
Right, especially for the Bermuda, right? Because this turf
Mm-hmm.
plot, does have Bermuda in it and zoysia as well. So it's going to take multiple applications.
That's right.
To control those grasses or kill those grasses, if you will, right? Because I don't think there's a such thing as a total eradication. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's not. It's
Right.
very hard to get that clean.
Yeah.
So you do the best you can, and then you come back and you hit it again,
Sure.
and that usually takes care of it.
Okay. So now that the grass is dead, what is the next process?
So the next process is to remove it.
Okay.
Digging it out, getting as much of the roots as you can out.
Okay.
Again, because the roots are kind of the tough part to kill, even with glyphosate.
Okay.
So you get a couple inches below grade, and you get all that stuff out as much as you can.
Okay. What kind of machine do you use to get that out?
So professionally, they'll come in with a skid steer,
Yeah.
with a bucket on it, and just kind of peel it off. Homeowners, best thing to do is a shovel.
A lot of grunt work.
A lot of grunt work. You can also till it up and then kind of rake all that stuff out and keep tilling it a few times and get as much of it out. It's better to dig it out and get more of it out.
Right. You're definitely going to have to get those rhizomes because we are talking about warm season grasses, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so you definitely want to do that. So what is the next step after that?
Once we get that all out, we're going to wait about a week or so. And then as some of that grass starts popping back up, because you're not going to get all the roots out,
Right.
we're going to spray it again. And we'll probably do that 2, maybe 3 more times.
So it's going to
at
be
about a
multiple
week.
applications
Multiple
of spraying, right?
applications,
Because
yeah.
we're dealing with the warm season grass that has rhizomes and stolons, right?
That's
so
right.
those will probably want to come back up, so that's why we have to do those multiple applications.
Right, to make sure, because you're not going to get it all when you,
Right.
when you pull it out, which is almost impossible. And so once we feel comfortable that nothing else is coming back up, we'll come back in with our topsoil.
So what kind of mix are we talking about with the
topsoil?
topsoil?
The best mix when you're doing turf grass is a topsoil mix, which is generally a sand and organic mix.
Yeah. Okay. So it allows for good drainage. Yeah.
Allows for very good
sand,
drainage.
Organic mix.
Yep, and that's an important part, because our warm season turf grass, they don't like to be wet. They don't like that standing water. So you want to get that good drainage in there. So we'll put that topsoil down and then kind of level it best you can. Take out those low spots and smooth it out, and then we'll come in and lay our new turf grass down.
Okay, so look, this pertains to a homeowner. They want to what? If they want to put a shop there, house there, whatever the case they want to be, playground, whatever the case may be.
If you want to kill grass and you want to get it out, that's the procedure. That's how you do it.
That's the procedure. That's how you do it.
Anything.
Okay. Do we have to talk about pH? Are we getting the soil tested?
Yeah, that's a good thing to do.
Okay.
This particular plot was tested last year.
Right.
Everything was good, and it's been limed and fertilized on a regular basis through a local company. So it's good. And then once we get the new turf in this fall, next spring, we'll do another soil test just to see how things are, because we're removing a lot of the top 2-3 inches of the soil, and that's where most of the roots in turf grass live.
Yeah. How about watering? It's real important, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's critical to water, especially when you first lay it down. It takes most of your turf grass about 7 to 14 days for the roots to take hold, and you've got to keep that turf and that soil wet. Moist, not real wet, but moist. So, if it dries out, you need to irrigate, and you can check it. If it's dry, water it. if it's a little moist, you can hold off. Check it in the evening time, later on in the day.
Okay.
If it's a little dried out, you can put that, you can get irrigation on it.
That's good. So how long before the grasses actually get established though, completely established, you think?
So you can start cutting and walking on it as soon as it's rooted in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it doesn't take long for it to root in?
It doesn't take long. Now, ideally, you know, you get a little more time to kind of grow up, because it's going to take a little time to grow up. But you can get on it and start walking on it and using it, you know, as soon as it's rooted in.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the turf grasses, right? These are going to be some of the same turf grasses that the homeowners can actually use in their landscape as well, right?
That's right. So this particular turf plot is about 10 years old. Yeah. So there's a lot of varieties that are new, and we're going to be replacing them with the new ones.
Okay. Can we talk about some of those new ones?
Yeah. So as far as the zoysias, we're going to be putting in Zion, Palisade, which is a very popular zoysia grass, Innovation, and we're also going to leave a spot open for Stadium. Okay. It'll be coming a little bit later. And then for our Bermudas, we're going to put down Latitude 36. Another popular Bermuda, Northbridge, Tahoma 31, and Tiff Tuff.
Good, Tiff Tuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are all warm season grasses,
warm
right?
season grasses.
Grow well in this area, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if anybody wanted to learn more about these grasses, do you have any suggestions for them?
Yeah. So you can contact your local extension office and see if they have a turf plot like we do, and if they don't, they'll have more information about these particular turf grass. Okay.
So why the turf plot demonstration? Why are we doing this?
So we have ours for, we use it for education and programming. So we'll have workshops out here for our professionals and homeowners as well, where we can do live demonstrations and talk about the different turf grasses that we have.
Right, yeah, so the homeowner can actually come right out here and just see the turf in action.
That's right. So they can come out and take a look at the grasses, and they can, you know, check out the different textures and colors and how they grow. And it's a good way for them to find out, you know, which ones they would like if when they're redoing their yard.
Okay. All right, well, Joseph, that's some good information. We definitely do appreciate that. Thank you much.
You're very welcome.
All right.